part of it. School, if it hasn't started back in Cincinnati, probably starting here the next few days, so that might help. It's businessman special, and the rain didn't scare away a whole lot of people.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, they're exciting right now. People are just wanting to go see the Reds, especially after the last few years. Here's a bunt by Friedel. Cueto is quick off the mound. How about Johnny on the spot right there?
Yeah, we mentioned that Friedel leads the majors in bunt hits. That one he got a little bit more toward the mound than he wanted to push that one more toward the third base line. And Johnny Cueto, 37 years of age, still with a cat-like reaction as he bounces off the mound. And he gets Friedel by a couple of steps. Good start to the fourth for Cueto.
Yeah, a really good start. Really nice play on a speedy runner. The Reds lead Major League Baseball in stolen bases, so the fact that he's keeping guys like Friedel off the base paths is huge because Cueto, you know, as we talked about, has the deliberate delivery sometimes, and it could be a guy that you can get a good jump off of.
Yeah, here in a ballpark that is tailor-made for home runs.
So McLean lines one to center. Jazz is right there for out number 2, and the Reds are once again going down quickly.
I mean, Cueto only at 42 pitches now for 2 outs here in the fourth, so very economical with his pitches. Aggressive. I guess you see that sometimes on getaway days. You said both these teams will be heading out of town after today's ball game. They do have an off day. It looks like the Reds will take their off day in Pittsburgh, while the Marlins head home to face the Yankees.
Everybody clap your hands.
Spencer Steer's the kind of guy that can tie up the game with one swing. Like I said, he leads this Reds team with 17 home runs. He lined out in his first at-bat.
Very nice play by De La Cruz in left. Took a hit away from him when it left the bat. I thought he was going to have the first hit of the ball game, but De La Cruz with the sliding catch. He started to say for Matt McLean's quick at bat that this ballpark, known for giving up home runs, but these two teams not among the league leaders in those. In fact, the Reds in the middle of the pack, around 14th in home runs, and the Marlins toward the bottom. And that includes the 27, 29, whatever it is that Jorge Soler has. So they've only hit 105 home runs coming in.
They added one to their total last inning when Josh Bell left the yard in left field.
I mean, you compare that like to the Atlanta Braves and what they're doing. I mean, on pace to really right now a chance to shatter the record that the Twins set, and already nearly 250 home runs, I think, for the Braves. So just
here is Steer hitting a ball deep into left field, and he's going to tie up the game with a second deck shot. He adds to his team lead in home runs with number 18, and we are starting over.
Well, you called it, Jared. Steer came to the plate and with the thump in his bat that would give him the opportunity to tie this game, but boy, he did. That was a no-doubter. De La Cruz didn't even move. At that ball, you just made a sound. That sound, you just like, all right, how far is it going to go? So we're back to even.
How about that? Us talking about these two teams not amongst the league leaders in home runs, and here they are, both runs in the ball game via a solo home run. And Dad, you know Joey Votto is all about the theatrics of the game. And you know, off of his old buddy and teammate, Johnny Cueto, he would love to follow up that Spencer Steer shot with one of his own.
Well, we talked about the importance of every game for these two teams now as we're about to reach the three-quarter mark on this 2023 season. We said both of them in the hunt right now on the outside looking in, but just barely. And a lot of things can happen. It's going to be an exciting finish to this season.
This is towards the middle. Arise with a great stop. And how about Joey Votto beating it out for an infield single?
The wheels on the 39-year-old as he smelled that base hit. It was a really nice play at second by Arise as he backhanded it, but it kind of almost spun him all the way around. And so he had to reset his speed, and Votto smelling his hit. And now he's 2 for 2 against his old buddy.
Yeah, Joey Votto says retiring? Never heard of it. Joey is just one of the great personalities in the game. They love him around here, and rightfully so. former MVP. Obviously, the average is not what it once was, but what's hilarious about that is his slugging is through the roof, and that's because even when he's not getting the base hits, albeit 2 today, he's hitting the ball out of the ballpark still. So here's Christian Encarnacion Strand, who is 0 for 1, flew out on the first pitch he saw in his first trip. And this guy is another guy that I feel like isn't being talked about enough amongst all of the other top prospects the Reds have called up. He's going to be a stud.
Oh.
And he crushes one to left. And Encarnacion Strand leaves the yard with a 2-run homer. And the Reds have flipped the script on Johnny Cueto here in the 4th. All of it with 2 outs. Steer a home run, Votto an infield base hit, and CES with a 2-run shot.
Well, that ball got out of here in a hurry, about 8-10 rows up down the left field line, and he just absolutely tattooed that pitch. And so Johnny Cueto just sailing along for 3 2/3 innings, only giving up a ground ball base hit, but now with 2 outs, a line drive home run, an infield hit, and another line drive home run. And as you said, the script has been flipped here, 3-1 now for the Reds here in the bottom of the 4th. A little visit from pitching coach for the Marlins. Stoudemire tried to calm down and just regroup. The veteran Cueto, he's been through many wars, so it's not that he's going to be rattled by this, but as we talked about, second time through the lineup after going through so cleanly, and now the Reds making a couple of loud noises.
And the Reds offense can certainly do that to you in the blink of an eye. I mean, this is how we said they rely on winning games. Their young stars can beat you. Spencer Steer with the home run, his 18th. Encarnacion Strand after Votto's base hit to extend the inning. And you said earlier, Dad, sometimes Encarnacion Strand just hits the ball and it just comes off of his bat differently. I mean, this guy just absolutely tattoos baseballs.
Yeah, it makes a different sound. And they talk about that, and you just know when you got one. And he hit a home run on Monday night that was a line drive missile into the seats in left field in the same way here tonight, or this afternoon. So, but that's why they brought him up. And we talked early in the year, the Reds had, like the Marlins, high batting average, but not a lot of slug. Votto had been out, he hadn't been playing, but now they've added Encarnacion Strand, they've added Votto back in the lineup, and so that's brought some more thunder, and you're seeing more home runs from this, and now Steer as well, leading the team with 18. So they're coming around with the power.
Dad, I'm going to flash you back to last year's trading deadline. The Reds sent Tyler Mahle to the Twins. You know who came back from Minnesota? Spencer Steer and Christian Encarnacion Strand.
Wow. And that's just just a huge, and then they get